Hi! It's me, Old Pea Shoes. If you don't understand that joke, maybe go back and watch yesterday's video about day 1 of VidCon, because this is day 2 of VidCon, and I don't want to freak you out, but numbers go like up, like 1, 2, then tomorrow will be 3. So yeah, definitely start at 1, go to 2, finish up with 3. You get it. So anyway, I am super excited. Just wrapped up day 2 of VidCon, and I just wanted to walk you through what was basically a day in high school. I mean, VidCon. Ugh. Here's the deal. VidCon's actually just like high school, but in a more okay, accepting way. Like, you could be, like, I don't know, like really into K-pop and pregnant and LGBT and, I don't know, walk on your hands instead of your feet all the time, and everyone would be like, we love you! Whereas real high school, that would have been rough for you. So that's kind of nice, but otherwise, some real high school things happening. For example, today I noticed there's some real clear social groups in VidCon. There's like the super popular kids, so that would be like the YouTube stars that everyone's like, oh my god! So, but it's like more extreme than high school, unless you went to a really weird high school. Like that one from Fame, maybe? I don't know. Mine wasn't like that. Anyway, those are like the popular, fun, sexy kids. Then there's also like clear cliques of people, or like communities, as we call them in the YouTube community. Like goths. I saw a lot of punk kids today. There was just like a whole group of dudes with tribal tattoos walking around together, so I'm glad they found each other. I saw band geeks. I saw theater majors. So many theater majors. One could argue too many theater majors. And quite a few bookish girls who are just waiting to take off their glasses and suddenly become hot and super popular. Did it work? I bet it did. It didn't. It never does. There's also some similarities between like my behavior in high school and my behavior today. As you can see, I'm wearing a black hoodie today because air conditioning exists and I get cold instantly. This is pretty similar to high school me, who wore a black hoodie every day because I could. And also I had a lot of angst, so how better to express it than a hood and some strings. I also spent like all of my time in high school during free periods just like sitting on a bench in the high school lobby, people watching, and like scribbling notes in my notebook, like in a really crazy way. I don't want to give anybody the impression that I was like well adjusted in high school or like cool or fun or anything. I was totally the kid in the black sweatshirt hanging out on a bench staring at everyone and scribbling in a notebook. That happened again today, mostly because I was like, ah, inspiration! And so I'd like write things down. I now have 102 ideas for videos. That's right, up from 49. Amazing. I probably should have paid more attention in class, just like high school. As in high school, I have no concept of how much anything costs, because in high school I just had no like context. Like I was making money at a grocery store, but I had no other expenses, so it was kind of like, spend whatever! And I'm not like that in adulthood, but I've kind of had to turn that off here, because if I paid attention to how much everything costs, I would lose my mind. Oh, as in high school, the weird chatty dude is always sitting like right in front of me. Also, the only boys who will talk to me are gay, so that was familiar. I don't have a car. That felt a lot like being 15 again. Just like in high school, I ditched a class today. So that leads us directly into today's takeaways. I learned a whole bunch today at school, VidCon. The first thing I learned, I kind of learned this yesterday, I'm cheating a little bit, is that you should, if you go to VidCon, you should definitely bring like a business card with your channel name on it. First of all, because I can't remember the name of this channel a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure it's wrong on my name tag that I've been wearing for the last 2 days. People are always like, you got a card? And just like in high school, I don't have any business cards. So that's been a challenge. If I come back next year, definitely gonna do that. Also, shout out to 2 guys with raging goals who I met this morning. they brought wireless chargers for their phones. This is their second year of VidCon, so they have it totally figured out. And I'm not really there yet, so I am one of the people hanging out by a wall with my phone plugged in to the outlets. It's a great group, don't get me wrong. There are definitely perks of being a wallflower, but it's not, giving me as much freedom as I'd like. And I can only charge my phone in short, quick bursts. So wireless chargers are where it's at. Third thing I learned today, if you hear the words, "What's your favorite Snapchat filter?" come out of a moderator's mouth on a panel, go. Just leave the room, because that's a bad panel. That's not a... Why would you need to know that? That's not helpful to you. That's just like, why are you... You paid a lot of money to be here, but don't think about how much money you paid to be here, or you will lose your mind. This is the thing I discovered today, because I don't really hang out in crowds a lot, so maybe it holds true everywhere, but I don't go outside. If you stand still long enough, a line will form around you. Like, all of a sudden, you'll be in a line, even though you weren't in one. The line that was sort of near you grew to include you, and then people started standing behind you. So that's how I got in one session today, which worked out because it was actually a really crowded session, but I was honestly just like hanging out near a wall, like high school Stephanie. The last thing I learned, and I was upset to realize this, is that YouTubers are huggers. They're like a real huggy crowd. Like, every time a big YouTube person, you know what I'm trying to say, like popular, meets their fans, they're like, "I love you!" And the YouTuber's like, "I love you guys!" And then everybody hugs forever, and then they all take pictures of each other hugging. It's just like a giant hug love fest, which is sort of like the opposite of me. Once again, black hoodie, scribbling crazy things on a bench. Not really a hugger. You can watch my video all about how hugging is the worst if you don't believe me. That's bad news for me, because I was really looking forward to this YouTube thing, but now I'm sort of thinking like maybe I should try out a less touchy-feely social media platform. If you're not into hugging, and you never will be, you can subscribe to Life and Stuff here or here. It's here. It's around here. It's super helpful for me when you do that, because it spreads the message to other people who don't like to be hugged, or people who are going to VidCon next year, or people who want to hear me talk about high school, I guess. It would be super cool if you did that. Also, you can find me on less huggable platforms like Twitter, where I'm at Listful Thinking, Listful Thinking, which was my blog that has not been updated in a really long time, or on Instagram at Life and Stuff TV, where I sometimes post things from VidCon, such fascinating content as a picture of my legs in shorts today, because I don't wear shorts in public and I felt really brave, and then I mostly wanted to die all day. So, that's where I am. Subscribe, let me know where you are, let me know if you're coming to VidCon next year. Cool. Okay, see you guys tomorrow with an update from day 3. That's so dumb. With an update from day 3. Okay, bye. I just want to walk you through... I forgot what I was going to say. I'm sorry that my hair looks like the way that it does today. I know you guys are really worried about my hair. I forgot that it's like humid here in a way that it's not in the place that I am from, and so my hair is like its extremist self in this weather. It's like the thickest, weirdly flippiest it could possibly be. So, you go, hair.